Welcome back to the Vocal Troubleshooter, the Super Bowl halftime show. It's a big event. We have high expectations. How perfect does it need to be? The Super Bowl. You know, most musicians I know are not really that big into sports. However, when it comes to the Super Bowl, especially singers are very tuned into the halftime show. Everybody wants to see who's performing, what they're going to perform, and how spectacular this event is going to be. You know, it didn't used to be such a big deal. Prior to the early 90s when Michael Jackson performed the halftime show, you know, it was a lot of marching bands, and it was a little bit on the corny side. Now it's all top-level popular performers, and each year they have a feel of the need to outdo the performance from the prior Super Bowl. And most singers are all tuned in to see what they've done and to watch how this goes. Now, the media, in addition, everyone decides this is the time to really put on their judging hat and to just pick them to pieces and to decide everyone's got to be absolutely perfect. This video is going to be a little bit of a rant because I have to say that it's one of my pet peeves is the way that the audience in general, especially the media, has come to demand a level of perfection that is just not realistic for anyone. And the damage I feel that does not just to the performers who are being picked apart, but to all of the performers on every level who are watching that and hearing how they're being judged and picked apart and what that does to your self-confidence. When it comes to the Super Bowl, everybody is tuning in, and you know, you've got hits and misses in there. In that you've got, you know, Lady Gaga flying in, you have wardrobe malfunctions, whether they're on purpose or not. They're all something that keep people talking, and most specifically critiquing the performances. Overly critiqued performances of top-level performers of a live event really affects all of us as performers and singers in particular. All right, so social media, it's a good thing. However, it has also allowed every person on the planet to become a critic. And suddenly people have developed zero tolerance for anything that isn't perfect. And, you know, as I like to say frequently and remind people that, you know, we're human beings, we're not machines. So perfection is not really our goal in performing. When we start focusing on perfection instead of delivering our art and communicating from a genuine place, it loses the art in the performance. It just becomes mechanical. And so this demand for perfection from people who have decided that they are no longer have any tolerance for anything but perfection really has impacted all of us in I feel, a very negative way. Many of my students are surprised to find that I don't follow any of these television programs on singing contests, and they're shocked because they expect that I know all of these contestants and I'm following the show all the way through. I don't subscribe to the idea of comparing voices and judging one voice over another voice and having them compete for which voice is better than another voice. You know, I just don't believe that that's what The Voice is about. Each of us is unique, and so each one of us really stands alone in terms of what we have to deliver in a voice, and I believe that's what The Voice is about, not comparing one voice to another in that kind of a contest. Unless, of course, one of my students happens to be on the show, then, of course, I'll follow it. But shy of that, it's just not something that I subscribe to. I don't feel it's good for us. I don't think it's healthy for us as performers to view ourselves that way. It's difficult to ignore negative criticism. And when you're subjected to that, it's sometimes easy to give that voice more authority and credit than your own. This is a challenging thing for artists. It's important that you trust your own voice because not everybody's going to love you, and that's fine. They're not supposed to. We all have varying tastes in art, and so your goal is to trust your own voice and to deliver a performance that you feel is genuine and true to yourself. And remember that a lot of these people who are voicing their opinions really don't have much knowledge or understanding of anything in this field. Brene Brown has a quote that says, if you aren't also in the arena getting your ass kicked, then I really don't care what you have to say. Or, what your opinion doesn't mean anything to me. And then as Jean Sibelius says, no statue has ever been erected in honor of a critic, right? So you need to be doing it yourself. You need to be in there expressing your art. And even then, even if you are an artist, to critique another artist based on what, nitpicking them and pulling them apart really does a disservice to all of us. So your goal in watching a performance is to try to enjoy it for what it is and to appreciate the art for whether it's your cup of tea or it isn't. So in the face of all of this criticism that comes at us as performers, whether it's through social media, whether it's the high level of critiquing that's given to contestants on all of these contest television shows, whether it's the halftime show event, it becomes challenging to us as performers to remain authentic, to not focus on perfection, but to focus on first really developing our technique so that we can deliver an authentic voice, working on breaking habits that interfere with our ability to express ourselves and our art completely, and then to hold on to the art and to feel that as you express yourself. And remember that we are artists and we're not machines, and the goal is to express yourself authentically. So I hope this has helped you and will continue to help you to try to shut out all that noise and all that criticism and try to hold on to that because I think that's the important aspect of art at all and the reason why we sing. So if you found this video was helpful to you, please share it, like it, subscribe to the channel with the bell so that you'll be notified when there's future videos. Also join us on Instagram. I'm going to have a link or a slide after this with all of the places where you can find us there. And we'll see you next time.